This is the final playtest for today. We are going to be playtesting this Captain Gathrod commander deck. This is literally the Precon. We have it sleeved up. We're going to playtest it and review it so that you can, if you are planning on purchasing this Precon, you know what to expect when you make the purchase. Just be aware we do have a Discord, and if you're looking to join the Magic the Gathering community, the link is in the description below. Okay, let's take a look at our hand. We have a Phyrexian Revoker, Island, Fractured Sanity, oh wow, Dusk Mangler, 7-drop, Mindcrank, 2-drop, Dimir Aqueduct, and the Island. I think we're just gonna keep this hand, guys. We have this Dusk Mangler, we'll leave that there, we'll leave that there. I think we're gonna end up untapping, we'll draw, and we'll see from the Catacombs, which is a reanimation spell essentially, so we'll leave that over here for now. We'll get down the island and then we'll pass, and then we are going to draw into an Endless Evil. So enchanted creature we control at the beginning of our upkeep, we create a token that's a copy of that creature, except the token is a 1/1. Then if the creature dies, if it was a horror, we get to return this back to our hand. Guys, this card is amazing. Oh, guys. Yeah, I think we're gonna play Island. I'm gonna tap 2. We're gonna play a Phyrexian Revoker, naming Baldur, our opponent's commander. Wait a minute, activated abilities? Yeah, technically they can't activate their ability, which is cool. And then we're gonna go ahead and untap. And we're gonna draw for turn into, we're gonna draw into a Chasm Skulker here. That kind of changes my plan. So I think in this situation, I wish we had another land here. This is gonna enter the battlefield tapped. I think we just have to do this, unfortunately. We're gonna play this Dimir Aqueduct, and this is gonna go back into our hand, and that has to be our turn. 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever. Let's say that because Phyrexian Revoker is not allowing our opponent's commander to be activated, they cast removal on the Phyrexian Revoker. So Phyrexian Revoker is going to go to the graveyard. The Phyrexian Revoker is going to be removed. And then we're going to untap. We're going to draw into a Dothy Horror. And then what I'm going to say is we play our land for turn. And I would really like to get the Chasm Skulker in play. So we're going to go ahead and tap 3. We'll get down the Chasm Skulker. And then we're going to pass the turn. So our opponent casts removal on this, so we're just going to act like they don't have removal right now. Peace out, Lewis. And then we are going to untap. We will draw for turn the Psychosis Crawler. I think in this situation we tap 3 and we play Endless Evil onto the Chasm Skulker. So we did draw a card, so Chasm Skulker is going to get a +1/+1 counter. And then we are going to go ahead and just pass the turn there because we're stuck at 1, 2, 3, 4 mana essentially. But we will go ahead and untap, and then our upkeep, we're going to create a token copy of Chasm Skulker. So, copy. Except it's a 1/1. Okay, so we're going to draw for turn, which is Overcharged Amalgam. Exploits a creature, counter target spell, activated ability. That's cool. Flash. So I think we're going to get a counter over here, and then we get a counter also on the other copy of Chasm Skulker. So this is a 2/2. This is a 3/3. And then I think from this situation, guys, we hold up our mana to potentially cast the Overcharged Amalgam. So let's say our opponent's going to cast their commander next turn. We'll hold here, we'll pass because we still have 4 mana. And in response to our opponent casting their commander, we'll tap 4 mana, and we'll cast the Overcharged Amalgam. We'll exploit the copy of Chasm Skulker, which was a 2/2. So when that goes away, we're gonna create 2 1/1 blue squids. We got 2 blue squids with Island Walk. Cool. And now we countered our commander, and now essentially we go back to our turn. We'll draw for turn. We're gonna make that copy of the Chasm Skulker. Guys, this is amazing right now. We're gonna play this swamp. We just got to 5 mana. So now this essentially has haste. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna play Captain G. And then because Captain G is in play, all the horrors we control have menace. So this has menace, and this zombie horror has menace. This does get a counter on it, and then this does get a counter on it as well. And then we'll go to combat and we'll attack with literally everything. So, well, maybe not the squids. We'll keep the squids. So we'll attack for 3 damage, and then this is 4 damage here. And then, so that's 3 and that's 4. So our opponent is gonna be milling 7 cards. Let's say that our opponent doesn't mill a creature. We miss, there's no creature that they mill. So we don't get a creature out of it. And then, we'll go ahead and we'll pass the turn. Let's say that they pass the turn, it goes back to our turn, we'll untap, and then we will draw into a River of Tears, which is what our opponent is going to end up doing after this turn. And we're going to play the River of Tears. We're going to get another counter on the Chasm Skulker. We're going to get another copy of the Chasm Skulker, which is gonna be right here. That's gonna get a counter on it, and then so this gets a counter. So now we'll go to, before we do anything, I think I want to go one. This is black mana, and we're gonna cast a Mind Crank. Oh my god, guys. We're gonna play the Mind Crank, so whenever an opponent loses life, that player mills that many cards. I apologize in advance. So Mind Crank is on the battlefield, and I think this Chasm Skulker was supposed to get another counter. So we're gonna add a penny to the Chasm Skulker. And then we can essentially, now I can, oh, this is devastating. I'm gonna pay a 1, 2, 3 mana, and I'm gonna cast a Fractured Sanity. So each opponent is gonna mill 14 cards. So we're definitely gonna get a creature out of this right now, guys. I'm being honest. So Fractured Sanity happens, camera focuses, and then we're gonna go to combat, and then we're gonna attack with the Chasm Skulker with Menace, this 3/3 with Menace, this other flying 3/3 with Menace, and then Captain G with Menace with 3 damage. We'll hold back the blockers, and then we'll deal, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, and then 15 plus 14. So they take 15 damage. Oh man. And then they mill 15 cards. Wait a minute. They take 15 damage, they mill 15, and because they lost that much life, they mill that many cards. So they mill another 15 cards. When they already milled 14. So in one turn, they've milled 44. They've milled 44 cards in one turn. Guys, that is absolutely devastating. That is just complete devastation. And then we're going to then pass the turn there with the evil smile on our face. And then we're going to go ahead and let's say our opponent wipes the board in this situation because they just need to. And then because our opponents wipe the board, we're gonna lose our amalgam. Squids will lose Captain G. But now we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 copies of the blue squids. So we'll go ahead and leave that there. That's gonna go there. We'll lose our Chasm Skulker. I'm gonna leave 1 squid here, and we're going to put the 4 quarters. This counts as 4 squids. This counts as 4. So we put 2 quarters here. So this is 8 squids right now. And then Endless Evil goes back to our hand because it was attached to a horror. And then we will untap and draw into an island that will play. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana right now. Which means that I'm gonna choose to pay 7 mana. And I'm going to play a Dusk Mangler. And I'm gonna go ahead and sacrifice one of these squids. Guys, this is absolutely devastating. I'm gonna sacrifice one of the squids. So we have 7 squids right now. We'll go, 1, we'll say 1, 2, 3. And then essentially 7 squids. Now each opponent's gonna discard a card and lose 4 life and sacrifice a creature. And then because they lost 4 life, they have to mill 4 cards. We're gonna go to combat attack with 7 squids. They're gonna take 7 damage and mill 7 more cards. And then during our next turn, we would untap, draw to an Aboleth spawn, which whenever the creature enters the battlefield, I get to copy a triggered ability or something, which seems pretty cool, but not relevant to this moment. So we're just gonna pay 3 mana to Mere Aqueduct. We're gonna play the Endless Evil onto the Dusk Mangler, which is gonna create a 1/1 copy of this card during each upkeep. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana left over. And yeah, so we just go to combat, attack with the squids, go to our next turn, we create a copy of the Mangler, discard a card, lose life. I would then cast Captain G, and then we would attack with a 5/4. Well, yeah, the 5/4 with Menace. They would mill, we would get a creature, and so on and so forth. So, guys, wow. Guys, this commander deck right here, for all the hype, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, that was a 9 out of 10. Straight up 9 out of 10. This is like, I don't know if I just got really lucky here with the card draw here, but this was almost as synergistic, if not more synergistic, than when we played the Camise Precon back in the day. That was absolutely incredible.